Hello, everyone. Hope you can hear me out loud here today on Tonstakers. We are speaking about MemeFi. Oh, what a year it was for Ton in 2024. So many things has happened, from GameFi to DeFi, and now we are here talking about MemeFi. But are there any trend on Ton? What's happening in 2025? Should you be part of it, or maybe it's just a hype? There are so many questions to be asked, and yet I have so many plenty of great guests speaking here with me tonight. So hop on discussion. If you have any questions, please feel free to share them in our community, either on Telegram or either on Twitter. We would love to hear your questions. And if you're listening this in a record, well, enjoy the ride. It's going to be a lot of fun. Today we're talking with LAMBO and also WAGMI HUB and of course PocketFi. There are a lot of great guests to speak, and I will start with the introduction part because that's the time we speak out loud. Hello, PocketFi. How are you doing today?
Hi, nice to meet you. Could you hear me well?
Loud and clear. How are you doing?
Yeah, great. Um, yeah, nice to meet you all. Thank you for having me here. Um, yeah, let's talk today about, I hope, meme coins and social fi.
Indeed, let's speak out loud and what is so much special about it. We also have Dave today with us. Magmi Hub, how are you doing? What is Magmi? I want to know everything about you. Please speak out
What's
loud.
up, guys?
Yay,
What's up? What's
hi.
up? What's up? Hope everybody is good. Thank you so much for obviously having us on. I am Dave from representing the WAGMI HUB team. And what WAGMI HUB is, we're a multi chain kind of infrastructure Telegram mini DApp where we support meme coin growth right after any type of meme coin is launched. So we have a ton of different features where you can have your wallet managers. We do meme battles, we do squads and tribes. You can copy trade, right? So we're also incorporating an entire AI engine into our entire application. So I'm super excited to obviously have for you to have us here to chat everything memes from 2024, what to expect in 2025, which by the way, our TGE is coming up as well. So Tonstakers, I'm looking forward to this conversation. Let's get this thing going.
Oh well, I'm so excited, just like you. And seems like you just me had a lot of coffee. I mean, you cannot survive without it on tone. Thank you so much, Dave. Lando, how you have been doing? You're very fresh on tone, and yet you have quite exciting community and quite exciting achievement to share. Please introduce yourself.
Yes, hello guys. Do you hear me? Are you hear me well?
Very well and very loud.
Okay, hello guys. My name is Ilya. I'm a community growth manager at Lambo. So great that you have us today, and I'm all in, all excited to talk about meme coin trends of 2025. Yeah, that's it.
Speaking of trends, before the trends has came, well, of course, we need to have a tools or maybe a solutions for that. That's why I want to start out loud with PocketFi, the ones who created BigPump. So, PocketFi, can you share a bit more what BigPump is all about? Why it is so unique for the community, and what kind of difference has make it done?
Yeah, happy to share something. Yeah, so we are doing the Big Pump. It's a platform for creating meme coins. It's really straightforward there. It's really straightforward to create, trade, and even earn there. So we also have a referral system there for influencers and also for token creators. We also care a lot about community and token creators because we need much, yeah, as a tone, we need much more people who can create and bring great meme coins. Because while the technologies like Tone is great as a technology, but what we need right now, we need to bring some other guys as Lambo, as other um, well-known meme coin creators who can drive the meme coin narrative in Ton. Yeah, that's all for myself right now.
Of course, indeed, that's quite fascinating and interesting concept behind it. But can you also share a bit more about the story of creation of it? Because I know that you have a quite small team of developers, and yet you were able to build the PocketFi with BigPump in a very short time. Is it true?
Some kind of true. Yeah, we're a team of like if we talk about engineering stuff, about 4 people, I guess, as far as I remember. Correct. Yeah, it was done about like in 2 or 3 months. Maybe it can be even faster, but a lot of stuff and hard work was done with smart contracts. Yeah, yeah.
I appreciate for sharing your journey and appreciate for sharing the creation of it. I want to talk a bit about this WAGMI HUB. And Dave, hey Dave, how are you doing? I mean, like you have a great platform for the meme coins, right? And everything that comes to that. What is your perception of building on Tone?
I mean, look, I think like Tone is when you look at like the path of least resistance, look at how many wallets you already have like that are already here. I think it was a no-brainer, for the WAGMI Hub team and for everybody that's here that's building on Telegram because you have built-in users already, right? Like you look at the traditional Web3 world and the toughest thing, you could barely give away airdrops at this point. People are so lazy. But here you already have it's like instant client acquisition, right? So there's a reason why we have over 1 million wallets, right? Like on the platform and hundreds of thousands of daily active users, right? It's that initial step of actually getting them onto the platform is a lot. I don't want to say easy because it takes a lot of hard work, right? Obviously, like on the dev side and everything else. But when you have them already built in, they're already there. This is a story of like meet your customers or your potential customers or users where they are, because if they have to come to you, that makes the journey that much more difficult, right? So like that's what we're trying to do is to make it simple. Now that we're still obviously like we have a good amount of users right on the platform, now it's a matter of like, okay, now that we have them, how do we continue to apply that same ethos and essentially make their lives easier and essentially let them have fun, which is kind of why like we're integrating all of the different tools that we have and why we need why we need this meme coin craze to genuinely continue, because I feel like we're perfectly poised to genuinely capitalize on this insane meme coin super cycle that we're seeing kind of like start to play out. But yeah, I think like that's genuinely kind of like what our thought process was is meet your users where they are, make it really simple, the path of least resistance. So for us it was a no-brainer. I'm obviously super excited to see like everything that's gonna come about in this meme coin super cycle. But yeah, I think that was a little bit about kind of like how we kind of got started and really like the evolution of this thing. I think is going to be crazy. But yeah, let me just stop there, but let me know if you have another question. I hope that answered it.
No, I think we can speak for hours saying how much great and full of things and very fresh to Tone community and some of the other communities too. But before we speak about that, I also want to bring a topic to discussion which comes to Tone coin and culture in Tone. Do we actually have a meme coin culture in Tone? Yeah. Or it's just starting to be showing up and it's just starting to be culturalized. Lumbo, that's your turn to speak out loud as the community.
Yes. So basically, all I'm thinking about culture is that we only had a couple of examples of a real good culture, and that is, of course, Notcoin that came in with the whole bunch of philosophy in ton, and yet it was like the brightest example. Months passed, and we didn't really got much to see with the we got the narratives, of course, but we haven't really seen the culture. So not many meme coins are onto bringing it. and I think it's just building up. And more meme coin creators, like on MemePad, on the BigPump and others, they are deploying the meme coins without any culture, but they will. I think it's just building up.
It's just a matter of time of building, right? How about you, PocketFi? Do you think that meme coin culture is here yet, or it's never has been on tone?
No, it's still not here. We see only some glances of it a little bit, and some coins are successful, but we still don't see a lot of big cases, and we still don't see, even if we have some big cases, for example, okay, I mentioned it anyways. For example, Nikola AI, yeah, it was skyrocketed to the sky, to the moon, as all we love, and but like no one cares in the result, yeah. So the community, it wasn't built by the community, and we don't see a lot of holders and other people around it, and it's like an artificial story mostly. So yeah, right now we don't see much teams and much token creators who can bring this community, but we and culture, but we are working on it right now. We all together working on it, I guess. Yeah.
That's what they say when they say Tom, the open network, the network of possibilities, and of course the things that thrive not only by developers but in the community too. Dave and WAGMI HUB, I would love to hear your opinion on this matter. Do we have
Yeah.
actually a memcoin culture?
So here's the thing, right? And this is, I think, really what's going to separate like the good from the great, from the not so good to the like platforms, is going to be the lore and the storytelling, because these guys are right? Like, you don't see it just yet, right? The community part, right, isn't built there. That's our job as at least here at WAGMI Hub. That's our job, right? So by us being integrated with 7 different chains, right? When you look at Ethereum, like Smart Chain, Polygon, Avalanche, Solana, Arbitrum, and the rest, right? This is where like these cultures are genuinely happening, right? So not only are we looking there, but we're obviously going to be expanding. We're looking at the Tron blockchain and the Sun Pump memes and everything else, because you have to facilitate this. But I think this is where AI is going to make a huge difference. You need to be able to tell stories. People need to feel like they're involved and they are a part of something. And that is the only way that you're going to be able to build and maintain like solid communities. Because otherwise, if you don't, it's never going to happen, right? So it's the lore, it's the stories, it's all of it put together. But this is where like you have to be thinking cross chain, right? Number one, right? Especially if you're going to survive out here, because right now it genuinely doesn't exist. And we're seeing this, and we're obviously making the necessary moves to be able to facilitate all of it. And I think that's why like people that come onto this platform are genuinely happy like with what they're seeing, right? Because you could have a million different features, but if people don't actually feel like they're a part of something, it's never going to happen. And that, again, that's the AI piece, the AI agent piece, being able to tell stories, make people feel like they're a part of something. Humans can't do all of that to a community of 100,000 or 20,000 or even 10,000. That's where the AI piece is going to come into play. But yeah, I'm kind of with these guys as well, but it's going to be interesting to see how it shakes out in 2025.
Oh well, I heard so many things that AI, and yeah, I would love to also touch a little bit of that if you do not mind. So AI agents, we all heard of them quite well, thanks to the Truth Terminal and rest of that. But of course, they're all different. Do you think that if we implementing trading AI solutions that are created their own meme coins and then they also target the market, do they have a power over the community or no? Dave?
Say that one more time. Do they have what power over the community?
Over, yeah. Do they have a power
Yeah.
over the community?
Of course, 100% they do. I think like that is going to be the differentiating factor. Like you can't be, this is the thing that I think a lot of people really just don't understand sometimes is you have to take what the market gives you, right? The market could care less about like the ideas that we have in our heads or what we think people are going to like. You have to be able to adjust and to pivot to whatever the market is doing, because out here in this crypto space, right? Like when you're talking about tokens, things change on a dime. They change so fast. I mean, literally not even month to month or week to week, it's day to day. So you have to be able to make that adjustment. And I think with the advent, like with these AI agents now coming, you have to be able to like really see and be plugged into all these different data sources, right? Like to be able to drive real value for your community members to where when they talk to their friends, you want them saying, oh, you guys don't have that? Well, they have that here at the WAGMI Hub. Yeah, I could just talk to my AI. It can send tokens for me. It can buy this. It can buy that token, right? That's where this thing is going, and you have to be able to adjust to all of it. So I think it's going to be an extremely powerful narrative going into next year.
All right, let's see. And if you do not know yet, and if you haven't heard about AI agents yet, well, you guys can ask ChatGPT for sure. He's going to tell you all about what they are. Let's move to the next question, which is not less important and not less interesting. Meme coins and tone. Is it a real value or a hype moment? PocketFi, what do you think? Do we really need it?
Yeah, we as a team have a solid opinion that meme coins is not about technology, it's all about culture and it's all about community. So I don't think that community or culture can gone away. For example, as AI trend, cross-chain trend, or some other trend. Yeah. So I think it's a really big continuous thing. And also, even if it's gonna be dust and not exist in a year, uh, it's still gonna bring a lot of tools. Like it brings a lot of volume to the DEXs. It brings a lot of retail users. It's gonna bring a lot of analytical tools. Yeah, so you can check the Solana actually. Yeah, how many tools, sites for trading, for analyzing all of the on-chain data. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be really beneficial for Tom in any ways, in any situation. But I hope for for the best scenario. Yeah.
Let's see what the best scenario will be. Dave, what is your opinion on that? Is it a real value that ecosystem needs, or it's just a hype that community follows, just like it used to be with tap, 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 tap thing?
The old tap 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 narrative. I mean, it's like these guys said before, right? Like we saw Notcoin come and go. It was great for a little bit. It has its spurt, but like, what actually is long lasting? And here's what I will tell you. And this is just based off of my experience personally. If you want to build strong communities and you want to build them like at scale, it's extremely tough, because right now what you have is everybody is looking to quote unquote like extract value. It's like, what am I going to get from this platform? Can I make some money maybe doing this, right? Because community can only go so far. But like the other guests are right when they say community is the most important. So do we have it here now? Look, I think it's a continuously growing thing, but I also agree with what the speaker before me just said, where it's just like, even if not, like you have to like there has to be continuous innovation at the end of the day, but you have to ultimately like really just think of like you have to just keep thinking of new things that are essentially going to attract and ultimately keep community members here. What are those things? It's the new shiny toys. You have to adjust to all the new shiny toys that are being released out here and being able to provide it to them. Because if you don't, then somebody else will. So it's going to like, this is the toughest part about everything that we do in this space is quote building community. It is the hardest thing to do. It is one thing to get users. It's another thing to keep them and to genuinely build real value. And I think the last piece I'll say is, I think that there needs to be some sort of an IRL component to maintaining community, right? So you can have the best quote community on Telegram, but if you're not doing some sort of like meetups where people can genuinely meet face to face, right? Whether it's at conferences or holding your own events or hyper localized events or something, then it's, in my opinion, it's going to be very hard for you to keep those users. Real human interaction can actually like really benefit a ton of these communities. So we'll see we'll see who follows that. And I've only seen a very, very select few number of communities do that and do it successfully.
Oh wow, that was quite strong. Thank you. Quite appreciate it. I love it. I think we have to have another session just only related to the community and the MemeFi culture, like in general. But Lambo, I would love to hear your opinion as well. Like, are memes really bringing a real value to the ecosystem?
Yeah, I think I would agree on this thing with Dave, because usually meme coins are thought of like a joke that went too far. So, for example, some person launched a meme token just for fun, but then he got introduced into the ecosystem. He actually downloaded a wallet. He actually signed a transaction to buy something. He got into the DEXs. So this is the main value. The person that comes to the meme culture and the Ton ecosystem mainly, he gets into communicating with all those people and bringing maybe his friends with him. He's meeting new people in the communities. If the meme token community is great, he's participating in the activities, just like in LAMBO community. You have all those like meme contests and contests with partners, and people usually love this, and so they are really primed and ready to discover all the hidden things in the ecosystem and to discover them. So I think meme coins are the gateway to the whole ecosystem tools. That's the main topic. Yes.
Don't gateway. Interesting. Interesting. Sounds very intriguing to me. I was thinking that DeFi always has been a gateway, but yet we are talking about memes today. Speaking of memes, and speaking of what's coming up in 2025, what do you think that is going to happen next year? Are memes going to be part of leadership on, whole ecosystem, or yet it's just going to be the beginning? Dave?
Yeah, I mean, look, the way I'm positioned and the way we are here, obviously at WAGMI Hub, we're anticipating it to definitely continue. But I'll second what Lambo said also, where it is going to be the gateway, and yes, I do see it continuing. But I think it's kind of the combination of the two, right? So like you're going to see like MemeFi projects, right? And what they're going to need to do is they're ultimately going to need to move beyond just like simple little like tokens, right? You're going to have to build out, and this is kind of how we feel here, is you're going to have to build out whole ecosystems, right? Where you offer staking and play to earn and NFT integration and all this other stuff, right? Like battles, right? You have to be able to like really move with this. The integration again, like of AI, I think is going to enhance this whole thing. So I don't think it's going to be so much memes versus DeFi, like everyone kind of plays it out to be. And I feel like I don't know why we kind of push that narrative, but I think ultimately it's the two of them can work together because it can be the gateway or the opening, right, to it. Whereas before, like you said, DeFi was kind of that thing, right? And it's just like, oh, look what you could do. But if you gamify that and you make it simple and easy for the new user to come in, and there will be new users, right? Like look at the tailwinds that we currently have now just in the crypto space. Here in the United States, we literally have now a pro Bitcoin administration, right? Everybody is seeing pro crypto everything now. Things are going to change. Look at what Elon is doing. So like with all of this happening, yes, there's going to be some increased scrutiny, right? You're going to get some regulation on the meme coin markets. It's going to happen, right? And people are going to be closely watching it. But ultimately, in 2025, I think this is where like the meme coin narrative can genuinely thrive, but you have to do it right. Add the DeFi mechanics in there, add the gamification in there. If you can somehow integrate other narratives, like let's say like real world assets or something, right? Like look at what the big narratives are out here on crypto Twitter and figure out a way to incorporate them into your platform for your users in a simple, easy, and maybe even gamified way, and then use the AI component to ultimately just continue that. You're going to be golden. That's easy for me to say, right? Not easy so much to build and to execute, but to me, at a high level, that's genuinely what I see happening for 2025.
Oh, wow, interesting point of view. I mean, while I was listening to you, I just recalled myself one day when my grandma called me. It was like quite a time ago, and she called me and she said like, "Hey, I seen the news. What is Bitcoin? How do I buy it?" And then I explained to her how to open a wallet, and then eventually how you can buy the Bitcoin, how you can hold it. And then she started asking me like, "Hey, what is that thing I'm playing on Telegram? How can I get Tone? How can I get my Tone stake?" And I can imagine that other day my grandma going to call me and say like, "Hey, how am I trading these meme coins?" And that is funny, but that's eventually something that might be happening, but not yet. Maybe PocketFi. What do you think about leadership of memes in 2025? Is it going to make it happen?
Well, I also don't think that memes are some kind of versus the DeFi. I think it's the synergy. It's really beneficial for the DeFi world. You can check, for example, the Radium volumes, on Solana after the Pump Fund was launched. Yeah, it was really beneficial for Radium. Yeah, and after that it was listed on top of the exchanges with a really great market cap. Yeah, it also brings a lot of really useful tools for trading. So yeah, maybe you know Photon, GMGN, and I hope we will be kind of part of building such an innovation to bring such trading tools right now for the memes, but maybe in the future we're gonna adopt other tokens here. Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's really beneficial for the any ecosystem, and especially for Tone, to take a lot of retail users and use it as a gateway, because when we're talking about when you have just tap to earn application, it's not like a really mass adoption. A lot of people talking about it's really mass adoption, but I don't think so. We need really on-chain users who understand what they are doing, who's trading, who bring in the commissions, of course. Yeah, that's my point of view, and I think the 2025 gonna be really big, and especially for Tom.
Especially for Tone for sure. But is it going to be for memes? Let's see. Lamba, what is your opinion on that?
I think that all that the previous speaker said is mainly true, because some meme coins had this much impact on the whole ecosystem in many blockchains before Ton, and I think on Ton it's gonna be the similar story, really, because meme coins are the main point of attraction. You see on the news like some guy bought a meme coin for $100 and cashed out like 1 million, and you're already interested in like how can I achieve this? How can I get into it? So you start discovering, you start doing researches, you get into the ecosystem. So on Ton, we need a couple of strong narratives and strong meme coins, just like Notcoin, to show the whole world and all people that are not in Ton right now, that meme coins are really something interesting that they can get in and discover the whole ecosystem. So it's really the point of attraction to get people into the ecosystem and for them to use the ecosystem tools, DeFi, and all the other useful tools.
Yes, there are so many opportunities and DeFi tools, and yet there are to be explored by newcomers and the ones who have been part of Tone ecosystem already. We are about to finish the session, but nevertheless, we have last words to say. We wish a ton of fun in upcoming 2025, and the best wishes of fun coming from Memes for sure. Dave, what is your last wishes and upcoming wishes for the next year, please?
Relay all my information to Santa, please. Tell him that I've been a very good boy, and that my wish is for everybody, obviously, follow this meme coin culture, get onto the WAGMI Hub, start playing in our games, start using our AIs. We're continually building out a lot of different functionality. Come be part of the culture. Check out our TGE is going to be happening in Q1 of this year. We had to push it back just a little bit, but get involved, come make a bag, but stay for the people, stay for the friends, stay for the culture. And I promise you that you won't regret it. So I appreciate you guys obviously having us here. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I hope everybody here, Tonstakers and everybody else, all the other guests, Lambo and everybody else has a happy holidays and a good, happy, healthy new year.
Ho 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 ho! Hold smart. I second Tom. If you cannot hold smart, then maybe you can do something else. PocketFi, last wishes from you.
Yeah.
And your wishes too, not just only last. Sorry for that.
Yeah, hope your next year will be filled with inspiration and positivity. Yeah, I hope the session brings a lot of new insights to the listening and all of you, fresh ideas. Yeah, so stay curious, always keep learning. Yeah, and remember that every step forward is progress. So yeah, so also check the PocketFi, check our app in Telegram. Also check our New Year campaign in Community Bot. Don't forget about it. It's gonna work for the next month. Yeah, with a pretty big share of a switch there. So yeah, thank you all for having us.
Switching to the holiday mode, I hope that every each of you are really enjoying it. Lambo, last wishes, a ton of fun from your side, please.
Of course, of course. I mainly wish all all the things to all our listeners. I wish that you just stay active in the ecosystem, you stay strong, you stay curious, and just guys, don't be afraid to partake in activities. Join Lambo, join our community, participate in our activities. They're really interesting. Also check out all the guests that we have today: Tonstakers, WAGMI HUB, and PocketFi. And I wish you a Merry Christmas, guys. All Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you. Please celebrate. Please celebrate and, of course, enjoy the rest of the last years because next year in Tone is going to be wild and it's going to be fantastic, full of opportunities, full of DeFi solutions, and the future is bright here on Tone. So if you're very new, you're just right on time. Thank you, everyone, and speak to you very soon.